The Xiaomi 12's Ultra concept, a phone camera like no other. The Xiaomi 12's Ultra concept is a new phone that costs $43,000 to make, but it has a camera like no other. To understand why this phone is so special, we need to understand the problem with most smartphone cameras. The sensor is the main component of any camera, and it takes in light and turns it into a digital output, which becomes the image. The bigger the sensor, the more light it can process, and therefore, the higher quality the image will be. This is why we are seeing camera sensors on phones get bigger and bigger every few years. Early smartphones like the iPhone 3GS had quarter-inch sensors, but now, some phones have even leapt all the way to 1-inch sensors. These 1-inch sensors are now basically the same size as the sensors found in entry-level point-and-shoot cameras. Smartphones are way more connected, you can share your photos in seconds, they have way faster and more intuitive interfaces, better quality larger screens, more powerful and advanced microphones with better noise reduction, and supremely intelligent artificial intelligence, which enhances the sharpness, color, and brightens people's faces on an individual pixel level. So now that smartphones also have the sensor size to match, it's not really a surprise that point-and-shoots have effectively fallen off the face of a planet. But there is a bit of a problem for these guys. If smartphones are to continue on this journey and take on high-end mirrorless or DSLR cameras, then their sensors would need to get many times bigger still. They can't, because the larger the sensor, the larger the lens needs to be able to properly direct light to that whole sensor area to actually take advantage of it. While they'd actually be very little problem fitting a sensor twice the size of what we have now into a phone, it's just what you then have to do to the lens that becomes the sticking point. Enter the Xiaomi 12's Ultra concept. It's basically what happens when you say, okay, let's just forget that limitation for a second. Let's not worry about portability, and let's just see what's technically possible on a smartphone. There are only 3 of these made in the whole world, and that's why it's worth $43,000. Xiaomi started with what is probably already the best phone camera for photography, the Xiaomi 12's Ultra, and instead of using the 1-inch sensor, they removed what was previously an ultra-wide camera in the middle and replaced that with a second special 1-inch sensor. This is what's going to be the main camera of this new phone. One of the special things about this new phone is that they've made this an exposed sensor. While every single other phone camera already has a tiny little lens attached to it, which basically fixes how the light is focused onto that sensor, Xiaomi has basically said, oh, screw that. We don't want any of your flat lenses. The second main sensor is only covered by an extremely thin sheet of sapphire glass, which is just there for protection because sapphire is basically scratch-proof. It's also raised above the other sensors, partly to improve heat dissipation, but mostly because you can't actually fit 2 1-inch sensors right next to each other. All of this makes this phone built from the ground up to support external thick lenses. Xiaomi has built the phone to work with Leica lenses, and we get the adapter first. They're calling this mounting mechanism the knee mount, and as you place the lens in and give it a twist, that is a successful mount. This is actually crazy, and what it means is pretty cool. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.